great Joker, Unite Empire. 今日は試合があった。そして彼がエンパイアの応援してくれるってよ。みんな、ブローキンテーブルポッドキャストよろしく。
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Broken Tables podcast. This is episode number 98 with your AEW Rampage review. I am your host tonight, Jeffrey Vegas. As you can see, King Rome, our Broken Predictions reigning, defending champion. He is not here tonight. He's resting up his voice. He's got an absolutely grueling new work schedule. So, everybody wish him well, wish his voice well for tomorrow night. He will be back tomorrow for our Ring of Honor final battle review. So let's go ahead and get into the show here tonight. AEW Rampage, absolutely excellent Rampage show. I love Rampage, man. A lot of people don't watch it because it's not live. I don't care. I actually really enjoy this Rampage show week in and week out. It just, I really do. I don't know if I'm in the minority or something, but yeah, I absolutely love watching Rampage. Let's say what's up to everybody we got here in chat tonight. We got Coach Nick. We got the Coog. Welcome you guys. Coach says, I'm sorry. The Coog says, you'll say this, the Ring of Honor Final Battle pay-per-view tomorrow afternoon gives me WCW Saturday afternoon vibes at 6:05 p.m. on WTBS in the 80s. Yeah, man. I actually didn't get to watch any of those. I was born in the 80s, but, I do know what you're talking about. All right, so this started off with Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita, and this match kicked ass. My only problem with this match is you could kind of predict that it was going to have blood in it, you know what I mean? Like, just about every Jon Moxley match winds up having blood in it nowadays, so I do think he needs to tone that down just a bit, try to make it not so predictable, but nonetheless, an amazing match between Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita. You guys know me, every time we say Takeshita's name, I'm just like, oh yeah, and we were wondering where he was for a while, and finally he's back, and boy is he, because I think I said it twice now. This match kicked ass. There was one point where, the point where Moxley got split open. This is tough without a co-host, guys. I'm definitely gonna admit that right off the bat, that this is tough without a co-host. So immediately, Takeshita does a dive over the top ropes, right? So he takes out Moxley over the top rope. We go to a commercial. During the commercial, Takeshita puts Mox into a chair that's ringside. The security guard's chair that's always sitting there. And he gives him a haluva kick. That's what they're saying split Moxley open. And it split his forehead open. And he was wearing a crimson mask within no time. As soon as we got back from commercial break, huge bloody face for Moxley. The Coob says he was cheering for Takeshita when Mox put him to sleep. The guy's over as hell with AEW fans. Dude, he really is. He really is. We got a whole bunch of 2.9 counts for Takeshita. Moxley kept kicking out. Oh man, I actually really thought they were gonna give this to Takeshita at one point. It just this match was so good, just absolutely fantastic. Moxley eventually gets Takeshita in the bulldog choke. The crowd starts rallying behind Takeshita big time, just chanting his name. Huge, like, oh, it was so loud. But unfortunately, Moxley sunk that choke in a little bit deeper. Takeshita fades out. Bell rings, and your victor is Jon Moxley via, I want to say submission, because that's technically what we say here, you know, but he chokes him out, goes unconscious. Takeshita did not tap. This was incredible. The moment that Moxley's music starts to celebrate, we get Hangman Adam Page music starts hitting. It's time for some cowboy shit. And he marches himself to the ring and he says, listen, Doc Samson over here won't clear me. I think that's the first time that we've heard this, that he's not cleared to wrestle, but this might be kayfabe. You know, you never know right now. I guess what happens right after could prove that it's kayfabe, but he immediately he attacks Moxley, you know, because he says, you know, Doc Samson won't clear me because of my brain, so forgive me if what I'm about to do is not very smart. And he attacks Moxley. The Blackpool Combat Club come out to break up this scuffle, and at one point I didn't see exactly how it happened. I can't tell if it was Moxley or Claudio, but Adam Page gets shoved into the ring post, and, you know, he was just talking about he's not cleared because of his brain. He bounces himself off that ring post, you know, pretty decently hard, and he sold it very well of being like, woo, where am I? There's a couple Tweety birds going around, you know. So I'm not sure what they're doing here. They're gonna kind of prolong this, maybe give Mox his vacation real quick, and then have Hangman do this match, but I'm not sure where we're going here right now. The Kook says, love AEW fans because they love international talent. They get it. The culture, the history, the tradition, the religion of Japan, Puerto Rico, and Mexico lucha. Absolutely, man. The AEW fans know, you know, who, what, and when to cheer. They really do. And it's pretty obvious a lot of the times when you're watching, you know, and when it's time to cheer for something, they definitely do. And when something isn't deserving of being cheered, they don't, you know what I mean? They don't pump it through the speakers and make everybody try to play along. They just do it. So, all right. Next up, we had Powerhouse Will Hobbs video package. Another one of these awesome video packages with Will Hobbs in his hometown. I think it's LA. You know, basically saying, like, there's nobody in AEW that has lived through what I've lived through. None of y'all would survive in my neighborhood. And I kind of believe him, man. That's a big, monstrous dude. And, you know, when you grow up in those type of neighborhoods, you know, I'm sure you guys get it, you know. Real quick, let's go ahead and thank our newest subscribers. We got a few new subscribers here. We have Ed Weber. Thank you very much. Yay! We have Shane Free. Thank you very much as well. And Rocky Rowe. Thank you for your subscriptions. You guys all, thank you guys very much. Right now, next up, we had a quick reminder that this was the 1 year anniversary of Hook's debut on Rampage last year. Man, time flies, doesn't it, guys? Like, I didn't even realize we had been doing this podcast for over a year, but yeah, we're coming up on 100 episodes. Wow, I'm kind of blown away that we've been doing this for so long. We got a bunch of really cool people that hang out with us in chat, you know, even afterwards over on Spotify and stuff like that. You know, thank you to everybody who's helped make this channel a decent success so far. All right, next up, we got a promo of Stokely Hathaway doing a promo on Hook, saying that his foot was not under the ropes when the referee made the break during the Lee Moriarty match. So he's basically saying he's going to try to file some sort of legal mumbo-jumbo. I'm imagining Mark Sterling's going to get involved. I really hope so. I love that guy. He's one of my favorites. Next up, we had The Bunny versus Hikaru Shida for the Regina D. Wade Championship. This is a championship from a women's wrestling organization in Japan called Wave Women's Professional Wrestling. It comes out of Tokyo, I believe they were saying. The crowd, like the Coug was saying, they absolutely love and they really know when to cheer, and they really respect these wrestlers in the Joshi and these, Puroresu. These girls did incredible tonight. I absolutely love Hikaru Shida. I got her right here, standing here with her championship belt proudly around her shoulder. Shida held that belt for 53 weeks during the fucking the pandemic. She held this company on her back, at least the women's division. She was a absolutely shining beacon during all of that. I absolutely love Hikaru Shida. Really want to see her take another front row seat here in AEW in the women's division. She absolutely deserves it. This was a great match. The crowd was super into it. We got a huge "Let's go Bunny, let's go Shida" chants. And dude, Coach, thank you. The Bunny is so underrated. I've been watching her since she debuted in Impact or TNA. I think it was even TNA back then. She's incredible compared to where she started. She obviously had no experience. They threw her right in the ring over there, and she has learned over the years that she's very good when she gets a good opponent in the ring. I love her pairing with Penelope Ford. I absolutely love those two together. They fit together like perfectly. They absolutely fit together perfectly. The Coug says Shida is the foundation of AEW. Seeing her, the Bunny, and Penelope, three of the originals together, makes me remember the first days. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So Penelope Ford, of course, gets involved in this match. The Bunny goes to she tried to hold on to Shida so the Bunny could super kick her. The Bunny winds up super kicking Penelope instead. Shida hits a huge Minoku driver for a 2 count, but immediately gets up and hits the katana, her disgusting knee strike. Every time I see that knee strike, I'm just like, oh god, it looks like something from Kenny Omega's toolbox, you know what I mean? Shida picks up the 1-2-3 off of the katana, and immediately Jamie Hayter comes out to spoil the celebration. She goes and stands up on the ring and holds up her AEW Women's Championship. Of course, this means that Shida, with this win, is now the #1 contender for Jamie Hayter's championship. So, we're going to be getting that match soon. Can't wait for that. Next up, we had The Firm, which was Lee Moriarty and Big Bill Morrissey. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get through this without laughing, but no, it's not going to happen. This match was fine. This was a decent match. It was Lee Moriarty and Big Bill Morrissey versus two jobbers. Forgive me for not writing down their names, but I could not stop laughing at the name Big Bill Morrissey. Every single time somebody said it, I was either already laughing from the prior time they said it, or it made me laugh again. This name is hilarious, and it actually makes perfect sense for him because he's fucking huge. And something about it has like this like serial killer type thing going on, like old Buffalo Bill, I guess, I can't tell you how much I absolutely enjoyed how many times they said Big Bill. I think they knew what they were doing. Excalibur absolutely knew what he was doing. He said Big Bill probably like 10 times. I was cracking up the whole time. He hits a huge choke slam on one of the jobbers, gets the pin, of course. This was fantastic. I hope Big Bill gets his own song soon. I absolutely hate Lee Moriarty's song. It's one of those rap songs that kind of has one of those beats that's just like a super annoying repeating beat. That it sounds cool the first couple times you hear it, but man, that shit's annoying. Coach, if we get Enzo, I'll flip my shit. A lot of people don't really like Enzo because of his mouth and whatever happened with him and the whole Me Too movement. Um, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if we'll ever know exactly what happened. You know, it's a whole he said she said thing. Um, whatever. I would absolutely love Enzo coming back. His fucking how you doing? You know, oh my god, I love that guy. The Coug says Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. That Goodbye Horses dance by Buffalo Bill is a vision that haunts you for the rest of your life. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we don't even need Enzo in the ring. He's called Real One now, by the way. So if you want to check him out on YouTube, he's actually in a bunch of matches and indies and stuff. He's got some pretty decent rap music. He's called Real One. But this was fantastic. Can't wait to see if he ever shows up. I mean, at least do a one-off, you know what I mean? If anything, have him show up being like, "What up, Kaz?" and, you know, have him beat his ass, you know, something like that. Or, "What up, Morrissey?" You know what I mean? And be like, "I'm not friends with you anymore." Something, you know what I mean? Just have him do a one-off or something. I would love to see it. See what the crowd's reaction is, you know what I mean? All right, next up we had Lexi Nair and FTR backstage. Fun fact, Lexi Nair is actually dating Big Bill. I'm not sure they're still together or what. I don't follow that Hollywood gossip type shit too much, but I do know that they are dating or were dating. So do what you will with that. So Lexi says to FTR, you know, the Briscoes, you know, you guys just lost a big time match, and the Briscoes have challenged you to a double dog collar match. What do you think of that? And FTR is basically like, you know, we just lost one of the biggest matches of our lives. We had a chance to pick up the 4th championship to add to their shoulders. And they say double dog collar match, huh? You know, dog collars are for animals, and lucky for them, they are some absolute rabid animals when it comes to FTR. So this is going to be a great match. We know this is going to be a bloody match. We know it's going to be good. The first 2 were absolute bangers. This one being a double dog collar, I don't even know what to think of this one. I think this is going to be insane. Absolutely. This match right here makes me want to buy the pay-per-view. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Next up, it was time for the main event. We had the interview backstage with Kip Sabian and the best friends with Orange Cassidy. Kip Sabian basically says, "Hey, where's your masked costume wearing friend? You know, is he hiding under the ring or something?" And he appears out of nowhere in front of Mark Henry and starts to take over Mark Henry's job. Mark Henry's like, "Knock it off, man," kind of pushes him out of the way. And it was time for the main event. Kip said that he chose someone from across the pond, and he did the little mustache twirl thing. It turns out we got Orange Cassidy versus Trent Seven. And I do believe Trent Seven is somebody from the NXT UK, but I could be wrong on that one. I did not research his name or anything prior to going on the pod here tonight. You know, without the co-host, I didn't have much time for anything. So hope you're getting well there, Rome. This was great. This match was freaking fantastic. My only concern with the match is this guy, Trent Seven, kind of looked like Santa Claus. Did anybody else see that? He's got like long gray hair, gray mustache. Kind of had a pretty decent belly going on. Like, looked like they called him up and he had been sitting on the couch since NXT UK had been closed down. You know, it's my only problem with this match being the main event against Orange Cassidy. The dude was great in the ring. This guy was great in the ring, but he just had this like, yeah, coach, like a Tim Allen Santa Claus vibe going on, you know, and you know, but amazing match. This dude beat the brakes off of Orange Cassidy. There was a really good spot outside the ring where he went to give Orange Cassidy a chop, and he chopped the ring post, and it was loud. This dude had to have hit that ring post with his hand really hard, and that could not have felt good. Yeah, there was a Santa ringside with Jesus. Yes, there was. This dude, Trent Seven, hit a twisting pile driver. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Basically, while he was doing a pile driver, he was spinning. I am not sure that I've ever seen anybody do that before. That was incredible. Let's see here. There was a spot that kind of confused me a little bit where Orange Cassidy chased off Penelope Ford, and it didn't feel very believable to me that he would attack her, and she kind of ran away like she was scared for her life. So it's fine. She ran to the back to go get the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny. I get it, but it just didn't seem like an appropriate spot because she ran because Orange got in her face like he was going to attack her. And it just bothered me a little bit because that's just not something I would ever imagine Orange Cassidy doing. Yeah, Coach, Orange is just absolutely a star. I've never denied that. I was at a point where I did not think that he was world championship material, and he himself has absolutely proved me wrong. The work he has put in over these last couple weeks is exactly what I needed to see to approve him as an AEW world champion one day. 100% no problem with it now if they ever try to do that in the future. This character he has made it's I don't want to say perfection, but it's damn close. You know what I mean? It's damn close. Yeah. No, he'd be like, how you doing, Jeff? How you doing? All right, so after that twisting pile driver, we got some "This is awesome" chants. Again, the crowd, showing the match the respect that it deserves. Orange Cassidy comes back with a huge beach break, hits the beach break for the 1, 2, 3. Of course, Kip Sabian attacks after the bell. He convinces Trent Seven to attack him as well. Dustin Rhodes comes out for the save in his hometown, gets a huge pop from the crowd. Pretty nice. I had a quick question here, though. I was hearing people say that Dustin Rhodes has retired. I really hope that that's not true. I guess if he's retired from in-ring work, that's fine, but I hope he has not retired altogether. I really would like to see that guy continue training, continue doing things backstage and stuff like that. So, if anybody knows exactly what the deal is with his retirement, please let me know. And the Coug says, in pro wrestling, gimmicks have to be innovative as hell now, and Orange has absolutely hit that mark. 100%, Coug. He's definitely hit that mark. Not sure you could nail a character like his any better than he has, you know what I mean? That's why I hesitate to say perfection, because I say that a lot around here sometimes on these segments, but it's tough for me to find a flaw in this Orange Cassidy character right now. It's something else. 2023 final year in ring. Okay, that's okay. I'm cool with that. Let's go on a world tour, send him over to the UK in 2023. Let's do it. Hell yeah. All right. So that was it for our AEW Dynamite review. I thought this was a great show. They didn't shove any Ring of Honor stuff in here. The only Ring of Honor stuff we got was our preview for Final Battle. And since our awesome reigning defending predictions champion co-host King Rome is not here, I will go over the Ring of Honor Final Battle card as I see it so far. They still might add a couple matches here. Coach, you might want to take some notes here of of these matches here. Start getting your predictions ready. So 0 Hour, the pre-show that starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, is going to feature Willow versus Trish Adora. We all love Willow Nightingale. She's another one of those that the crowd was just like, we fucking love her. We like her. We like everything about her. We're cheering her into the next level. And I am all for it. I absolutely love Willow Nightingale. I really want to see her take her character into, not her character, her toolbox of her moveset into a Keith Lee type, you know what I mean? She can move like he can. She does the pounce already. I love the pounce when she does it, man. Like, oh, I don't like the name of her finisher, the Doctor Bomb. I think she should make the pounce some sort of a finisher, because in women's wrestling, a powerful pounce like that can be incredible. She could send somebody like Riho flying across the freaking universe. You know what I mean? Like, we having a prediction show for tomorrow too. Oh, I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? No worries about that. Your prediction shows for Wednesday. It's for Wednesday. The winter is coming. See, that's why. That's why. How you doing, Rome? I know you're watching this sometime in the future. This is why we love and appreciate you as the co-host of the Broken Tables podcast and the host of the Game Show podcast. Because this is not easy as a one-man show. And you make this much easier, sir. No worries about the predictions on that there, Coach, but thank you for stopping me before I kept going on the whole prediction thing. But we will list what the card is for tomorrow here. After the Willow Nightingale Trish Adora match, we got the Kingdom versus Top Flight. That's going to be a decent match. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of the Kingdom. I love me some Maria Kanellis, but her husband and that other guy, not so much, but you know, it is what it is. We got 2.0, or, you know, I believe we're not supposed to call them that ever again. I think Jericho said that's a stupid name from Bad Creative. I don't ever want to hear it again. So it's Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Angelo Parker versus the Shinobi Shadow Squad. And all you got to know about them is Cheeseburger is on the Shinobi Shadow Squad. So let's go, Cheeseburger. After that, we got Mascara Dorado versus Jeff Cobb. And Jeff Cobb is an absolute monster. Mascara Dorado is freaking fantastic. I love Mascara Dorado. I believe he was one of the guys from WWE that had asked for his release a while back. Lindsay Dorado, I think, was his name back then. I could be wrong. Could be wrong, but I think the Coug might be able to tell me on that one, because Lucha is definitely one of his wheelhouses there. All right, next up we have the main event, or not the main event, the main pay-per-view card. Shane Taylor Promotions versus Swerve in Our Glory. Daniel Garcia versus Wheeler Yuta for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. Mercedes Martinez will face Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. And I absolutely 100% believe they need to put that belt on Athena's shoulders. She has the look. She has the attitude. This new heel character of hers kicks so much ass. Athena with a belt around her shoulder will be a force to be reckoned with in Ring of Honor. She'll be an absolute amazing face for television if they get a TV deal. Please, please, please put that freaking belt on Athena's shoulder. Oh my God, please put that around her waist. After that, we've got Samoa Joe versus Juice Robinson for the Ring of Honor television title. That's going to be a banger of a match. Absolutely. Rock hard Juice Robinson. Next up, we'll have Dalton Castle and the Boys versus the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage from the Embassy for the Ring of Honor Trios Championship. This should be a brutal match. These three guys, the Embassy and Brian Cage, are absolute monsters. This is going to be insane. I'm not sure who Shane Taylor's partner is. He's somebody who's been on Dark quite a few times. I was not able to write his name down. I missed it. I'm sorry, Coach. This is what I usually rely on our awesome co-host for. Again, you know, I'm in shambles without him. Shambles. All right, next up, we've got FTR versus the Briscoes in a double dog collar match for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Holy shit. This is going to be insane. I have I have a feeling this will be the best of the 3 matches. I think they are going to go all out. I have a feeling something tells me that the Briscoes might be retiring here or possibly going somewhere else. You know, we've heard the rumors that Warner Brothers doesn't want them on TV. But we're putting them in, this is the 3rd time, in a very, very, high stakes match that's going to be on pay-per-view, not TV. So I kind of get where people are coming from talking about that, they might not be part of the future of Ring of Honor, but they really are putting them in a very high stakes match. So I'm just so conflicted on it. I really hope that they're not retiring. I hope we get some future of these dudes in Ring of Honor on TV each week. I love them boys, man. And we got to stop this whole punishing people for something they said a decade ago. You know what I mean? It's literally over a decade ago this guy said something. Like, it's not even the same person anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous. I can't wait for this match. FTR Briscoes 3, double dog collar. Take my money. And last but not least, so far, this is all I have that they have. They just signed, though. I mean, yeah, but we don't know what they signed for. Did they sign for an X amount of matches? Did they sign for X amount of years? We have no idea. We thought Regal signed for 3 years, So last but not least will be the Ring of Honor World Championship. Chris Jericho versus Claudio Castagnoli. I gotta say, I'm not super excited for this match. I am interested in seeing where this takes us. I'm really hoping that Claudio actually takes this title back, and I hope Danielson interrupts and challenges Claudio for it after the bell. So I'm not sure. Yeah, and Coach, here's my thing though. Like, so if Tony Khan and Warner Brothers have this amazing relationship, and Warner Brothers is digging the wrestling, and they're talking about making more wrestling shows, they're making that kind of like a backstage show about the women's division, I believe. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Going to another channel would almost be like going to a competitor. I don't feel like that's a business move that you would make, and I don't feel like it's one that Warner would appreciate. You know what I mean? Like, that would mean that Warner would have to tell Tony, like, we're not interested in your Ring of Honor show, take it elsewhere. They would never tell him take it elsewhere. They would be like, we would prefer you don't do it. You know what I mean? Just do what you're doing. Or put it on our streaming service. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense for them to like be like, yeah, we're not interested in that, Tony. Do whatever you want. I just find that a little hard to digest. You know what I mean? Yeah, I hope if it's HBO, that's their streaming service, right? Like Warner, they own all of that now, right? And I think it's going to be, I forget what the name is changing to. They want to get rid of the HBO name, but Home Box Office is just the perfect name, man. Like they were ahead of their time with the name HBO. Like the name HBO fits now more than ever. The Home Box Office. People are watching all their movies at home now. They're renting all their movies online. They're watching everything on Netflix. Like, come on. Don't get rid of HBO. That's so dumb. But that is your card for the Ring of Honor Final Battle tomorrow night. Rome and I will be on for our Final Battle review. It has yet to be determined whether we will be in the arena together or if we will be separate like our normal reviews. I'm not getting off work until later. I don't believe I'm going to be able to make it all the way into Philly to catch the show with King Rome here. So I'm going to have to watch it from home, and we'll do our normal double screen review here. But I do hope to catch you guys tomorrow night for our Ring of Honor Final Battle review. Let's catch up on chat here real quick. The Coog says he believes that Tony Khan will announce the Ring of Honor deal tomorrow. I do believe that as well. Coach Nick says, don't hate me when I say this. Jericho versus Claudio stuff gives me WWE vibes. Nick, I would not hate you for saying that because it's absolutely supposed to. That is 100% intentional. You could not convince me otherwise on that one. Ring of Honor is getting that TV deal. They want as many eyes on the product as possible for when they announce the TV deal. You hit the nail on the head. They meant for that to happen. Let's see here. Didn't Rome say they want to call it Max or something like that? Yeah, it was either Max or, I forget what they want to call it. But no. HBO is the perfect name for all of that stuff. The home box office. They should actually go back to saying home box office, you know what I mean? And just put the little HBO symbol on the bottom right. The Coog says HBO's infancy in the 80s was your childhood. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of my childhood too. I was born in 85. So like the late 80s, that was definitely my childhood too, watching movies on HBO, sneaking up while my parents were asleep and trying to find the high numbered channels on the cable, But thank you guys very much for hanging out with me here tonight. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys. This was a rough one without our legendary Broken Predictions champion King Rome on the co-host side of things here tonight. But we hope he gets his voice all rested up and well for tomorrow. We will see you guys back here for the Ring of Honor Final Battle review. I feel like a broken record. I've said that like 5 or 6 times. Thank you to everybody who watched us tonight live on YouTube. This is our YouTube exclusive show. You will not find this on Spotify or any of the podcast locations. So if you're watching this in the future, make sure you're here live with us to participate in chat like the Coog and Nick, the coach. And we got, Miaja and a bunch of other people that usually come in here and hang out with us in chat. So thank you guys very much for joining us here tonight. And we will see you tomorrow night for the special Ring of Honor Final Battle review. Until next time, Top Guy out.